Miguel Díaz-Canel Bermúdez.
Miguel Díaz-Canel has been named first secretary of the Cuban Communist Party, PCC, the most powerful role on the island. He will be the first person without the name Castro to run Cuba since the 1959 revolution. The move was widely expected. It means the tall, silver-haired 60-year-old now holds Cuba's two most important positions, head of the party and president of the state, and buries rumors that he was a placeman, subject to more powerful forces. "I never believed that rumor," says former Cuban diplomat Carlos Alzugaray. "He was in charge, probably in direct consultation with Raúl Castro. But I think the signal is that he's in charge of everything now. He stands way over everybody else." An electrical engineer by training, Díaz-Canel has for much of his life been a party functionary, albeit a fast-rising one. He was born a year after the revolution, in Villa Clara, the province where Che Guevara broke the will of Fulgencio Batista's troops, bringing about the revolution. People who knew him as a young man said he was a witty and personable party secretary in Villa Clara and then Holguín in eastern Cuba. He was also praised as a thorough and engaged minister of higher education. But since rising to national prominence, he has seemed to strike a distant and difficult-to-read figure. Raúl Castro first appointed him vice president of the Council of Ministers in 2012, shortly after he himself had replaced his brother Fidel as first secretary of the party. It was the first real indication that Díaz-Canel was being prepared for power. The makeup of the new Politburo that will guide Cuba through the next years was also announced Monday. Its members face huge challenges as the state struggles with the coronavirus, United States sanctions, crumbling infrastructure and embedded bureaucracy. "The main challenge will be economic," says Jorge Duany, director of the Cuban Research Institute at Florida International University. "This is not really rocket science. It's recognition that Cuba is facing the worst economic crisis since the early 1990s. In the appointments to the Politburo, Raúl Castro has made good his promise to rejuvenate the leadership. Two veterans of the revolution, 90-year-old José Ramón Machado Ventura and 88-year-old Ramiro Valdés Menéndez, have retired with him. His promise to diversify the leadership looks less impressive. Only 3 of the 13-strong inner circle are women, and there don't seem to be many new non-white faces. During his time in the slightly lesser role of president, Díaz-Canel has faced difficult moments. There was a 2018 domestic plane crash that killed 112 and a tornado strike in Havana that killed 6 and injured 195. He faced criticism for not coming across as empathetic as Fidel, an admittedly high benchmark to meet. For habaneros now waiting all day to buy meat and medicines, in some cases sleeping on stairways so they can join queues as soon as the COVID-related nightly curfew lifts at 5 a.m., continuity isn't music to the ears. There are efforts to humanize the new leader. Just before the Congress, the magazine Somos Jóvenes, We Are Young, published an illustration offering 6 things you don't know about Díaz-Canel. He enjoys singing, apparently, even if he's out of tune. He's a fan of classic rock. He's a tech geek, and he's a grandfather who loves to spoil his grandchildren. Only one question was left unanswered. What will he do now that he controls the levers of power in the Cuban state?